It's a brand new era of football in the Simulation Football League. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Madison, Wisconsin, the new home of the Lynx, as we kick off the debut season of the SFL Minor League. Welcome on in, everybody, alongside my partner, Mike Improda, our statisticians, Mark Lopez, with Ross Napoli and Ross Casantagria, and SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine. My name's Tim Hackett. Thanks so much for joining us, wherever you're joining us from. The SFL's entering a brave new world today, Mike. Excited to be here with you as we get this new venture rolling.
Yeah, buddy. First off, Tim, let me welcome you to the SFL. This is our first game of hopefully many more together. It's a privilege, and I'm truly honored to have you as my broadcast partner. It's a special day, everyone. Today's the first for many. These two teams take the field for the first time. These two coaches put their game plans to work for the first time. And most importantly, all these players will be showcased for the first time. I'm fired up. Let the show begin.
Having me aboard, more than 150 brand new players spread across 8 brand new teams. We're underway for Game 2 of Week 1 of the Simulation Football Minor League. Madison Lynx at home against the Annapolis Navigators. The opening kickoff is returned out to the 30-yard line by Jared Crow, the wide receiver for Annapolis.
Yeah, really excited to see how these two teams have come together to put their game plans.
Quarterback Cameron Curtis, wide receivers C.J. Arthur, Jared Crow, Christopher Ochoa, and the running back is Scott Johnson. First play of the season for the Annapolis Navigators. They'll hand it off to the right side to Scott Johnson, and he's tackled for a loss of about 2 by linebacker D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah, nice read by Ryans off the left side. He saw that the ball was getting handed off, and he was in the backfield just as Johnson took the ball.
Daniel. All these teams will use a tight end when they can. 3 wide, sometimes 4. Often we see a 2 running back set if possible as well.
Yeah, a nice little dump off over the middle to Curtis. He saw the tight end coming across, and nice little pickup.
Technical difficulties on my end. I apologize. I'm still getting used to how the SFL works, so I'm sorry that everything's a little bit slow on my end, but it's a first down for Annapolis. They're moving the chains here on their first possession. 2, defensive end jumps offside, handoff to the right side. It's going to be a free play for Annapolis. Johnson, the tailback, around the right end, but the left end, that's Michael Percoco on the defensive side for Madison, jumped offside. We'll get the penalty call.
Neutral zone infraction, number 99. Defense, 12-yard penalty. Repeat, first down. First and 5. Ball at 37 yards.
Majors lining up behind center.
Penalty for Annapolis near midfield, moving the chains here on their first possession. We'll throw it out into the flats to the tailback Johnson, and he's tackled for a loss. Another loss of 2 hit in the backfield by D'Amico Ryans for the second time.
Yeah, Ryan's flying around. He's ready to play. He's ready to let everybody know that the spotlight is on him. Watch out, SFL pros. This guy's a defender you're going to want to keep your eye on.
Again, for the technical difficulties on my side. Still trying to sort things out here on my end. I'm brand new to this league. Thanks for staying patient with me as we get going. Second down and 7 from the 45. Curtis back to pass. Under pressure, a little lofty towards the near sideline. The pass is batted down near the line of scrimmage before it even gets out of the backfield. D'Amico Ryans in there again to swat it away. Third down.
Yeah, this kid Ryans, man, he looks like a man amongst boys right here. He was in the backfield, didn't give Majors any time, and deflected that pass.
Down and 7. Annapolis has already converted 1 third down on this drive. On 3rd down and long, they'll hand it off to Scott Johnson, and he's taken down for a short gain. Number 93, that's the other defensive end, Billy Ray Valentine, the Leland, Illinois native, stops Johnson 5 yards short of the line to gain.
Yeah, a little surprised. I thought that maybe Annapolis might come out and throw on that third down, but playing conservative, trying to get a feel for how things are here in the early going. And 4th and 5 situation, they're going to have to punt.
Certainly a questionable choice there, I think, Mike, and they will have to punt. First punt of the season for Annapolis, fielded in the 15-yard line, and the return man does not get a whole lot further. That's number 17, Paul Dillavo, the return man for Madison. He gets about 2 yards on the return. Now the first offensive drive for the Madison Lynx. Derek Majors, one of the best quarterbacks in, at least we believe he will be, in this SFL minor league. Ezekiel Love is his running back. DJ Hume, Mike Twinscrew, Paul Dillavo, the wide receivers. First down and 10 for Derek Majors from his own 17-yard line. No score here in the first quarter. Game 2 of week 1. Majors on play action. He will be taken down, sacked for a loss of 5 by Sean Crooked, the defensive tackle.
Yeah, big Sean Crooked out of Brooklyn, New York says, welcome to the SFL, Derek Majors. We're going to be meeting in the backfield quite a bit this afternoon.
Defensive lines for both teams are really young, but Annapolis is especially young. And obviously, all these guys on all different sides, every team, all 150-plus players across 8 teams will get a whole lot more experience as this minor league runs along, and that is exactly what this league is for. Second down and long here for Madison. Majors will hand it off this time. Here's Ezekiel Love. His first carry goes right tackle and gets back to the original line of scrimmage before he's taken down by it looks like Grant Calder, the safety for Annapolis.
Yeah, nice job by the offensive line up front. Create a little running room for Love. He comes in at 600, 200 pounds and got his shoulders moving north and south for that gain.
He loves a fantastic name for a running back and picks up a good gain there in his first carry. Majors to pass on third down. Pass is caught over the middle. First down, Madison. DJ Hume, the top wide receiver for the Lynx, with his first catch of the season, and they move the chains.
Yeah, Majors with about a 3-step drop, looked right over the middle of the field, Tim, and on that slant route, Hume was wide open.
Gain there for Madison. Didn't really get to see anything out of C.J. Arthur for Annapolis on their first drive, but now we get to see something out of DJ Hume, the top Lynx wide receiver. So a fresh set from the 31-yard line. There's that 2 running back set. We see this often in the SFL. Majors directly under center. Fake the handoff to the first back, and now Majors will fling it over to the near sideline. Dropped over there on the sideline. Second down and 10.
Yeah, it took a little bit of time for that play to get going. The offensive line didn't give Majors the time that he needed for the receiver to run the route and had to throw that ball away.
Now Majors will go in the shotgun. Empty back set here on second down and 10. No score halfway through the first quarter. Good protection. Majors will sling it over to the near sideline. It's caught this time. It's Hume again. Spins into a pair of defenders, but a nice gain on second down for DJ Hume. Garrison Blue, the corner on the coverage.
Yeah, a little out route on that play. Seems to me that Majors is going to be looking for Hume, and that might be a connection to keep your eye on. Handoff to Love. Didn't find anything as the big number 54, Eric Hammer from Dallas, Texas, came in to make a nice play. It's going to bring up 4th and 3.
Can't get anything going on third down. Again, apologies as I continue to cut in and out. It's my fault here on the technical difficulties as I get adjusted to life in the SFL, just like all these players and all these brand new coaches and teams are. Thank you for your patience. And Madison has to punt it away, so both teams get 1 first down, and then they punt it away on their first offensive possessions of the season, Mike.
Yeah, nice job on the defense. I thought Madison had a couple of successful plays. They did have 1 first down, but the Navigator defense is looking pretty strong. Forced Madison to punt, and here they are with their second series.
Some good moments on defense for both teams so far. So second possession of the year for Annapolis. No score midway through the first quarter. They hand off stretch right to Scott Johnson, and he's tackled for another loss. And again, it's D'Amico Ryans. This guy's brand new, the Houston native, and he stops Scott Johnson for a loss of 3.
Yeah, 6'2", 243, the outside linebacker Ryans. You're going to know his name by the time we're done today.
The inexperienced linebacker crew here for Madison, but Ryans is showing out so far. Another tackle for loss for Johnson, who figures to be one of the best running backs in this league. On second down and long, Curtis going deep down the left sideline. He's got a man wide open. It's C.J. Arthur, touchdown Annapolis. The first touchdown in Annapolis Navigators history is a deep bomb for C.J. Arthur.
Yeah, a little play action pass there by the Navigators. Drew the linebackers in, caught the corner, looking into the backfield, and Arthur on a deep fade goes for the TD.
Oh, that link up. We knew that this connection, Mike, would be something to watch for all season. C.J. Arthur, the #1 ranked player in the SFL minor league. We'll tell you more about what that means as we go along. The #1 rated wide receiver overall. He's got some major league experience, the pride of scenic Fayetteville, North Carolina, and he gets on the board. The first touchdown in Annapolis Navigators history.
Yeah, that's so true. The top-rated wide receiver makes his presence felt, and that's because of the progression that he's banked and all the hard work that he's done with his weekly check-ins. You can see that the players who have the most check-ins are the ones that tend to have better performances, and right there, C.J. Arthur showcased his ability.
Kick from Will Richardson is no good, and so Annapolis will maintain a 6-0 lead. Yeah, to your point, Mike, this league rewards dedication, so C.J. Arthur has put in the work, he's put in the dedication to get better, and he has been rewarded. This is the preseason #1. My apologies, the kick was good. That's my fault from Richardson looking elsewhere. But Arthur has been rewarded as the preseason #1 wide receiver, and you see a reason why right there. Here comes a return for Madison, and the second possession of the season for the Madison Lynx will start off from their own 26.
Yeah, second series.
72-yard pass link up, Mike. Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, 72 yards, 2 plays to Arthur, and 7 points on the board for the Navigators. I'm really looking to see how Madison responds here.
A little bit of good from this offense. Haven't gotten to see too much out of Ezekiel Love, their top running back. One of the better running backs in this league. Here's Majors to throw on first down, has a man wide open over the middle. Gain of about 8 before he stood up by the linebacker. That's number 55, Nelson Lozano, the top linebacker for Annapolis. And Mike Twinscrew, or check that 82, Curtis Walker, not 81, on the catch for Madison. Gain of 7.
Yeah, backup wide receiver came in, and he said, I'm not going to get too much playing time, but while I'm on the field, look at me, and he made a nice little catch over the middle for 7 yards.
Opportunity for anybody to shine when they can. High formation here on second down and short. The handoff to Ezekiel Love. One cutback, first down for Madison, and there's what Ezekiel Love can do. He moves the chains on second down out to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, nice run by Love up the middle. Made a little juke move as he got to the line. Found a hole and pick up for Love. Hopefully we can see him start to get rolling a little bit more.
Maryland native playing against the team from Maryland here today, and a nice gain for him on second down. So fresh set for Madison from the 40-yard line. Love, the only tailback, and 4 men out wide. Majors will swing it out towards the right sideline. There is Love, and link up not quite there. The pass behind the line of scrimmage. Love makes the catch for a loss of 1.
Yeah, I think Majors saw the linebacker coming in from the blind side, knew he had to get rid of it quickly, didn't give Love a chance to get out of his route, and his momentum took him out of bounds on the pass.
We play a lot in this league, don't we, Mike? That toss to the running back behind the line of scrimmage, try to get them to make something happen.
Yeah, sometimes if the linebackers are sleeping and there's a little bit of room outside on the ends, that play can be effective. But the blitz from the blind side came in, and Majors had to get rid of it quickly, and it didn't result for much.
Speaking of getting rid of it quickly, here's a pass caught by DJ Hume once again. Catch is made right at the line to gain. First down, Madison. That link up between Majors and Hume working early here for the Lynx.
Yeah, not a bad little play. Hume seems to be finding his way early on here in the game, and I think you're going to see a little bit more of Hume as we start to progress here in the first quarter.
11. Madison moves it right out to midfield on first down. There's a quick catch in the out route as Dillevaux spins towards the line to gain, and he's stopped about a half-yard short by the quarterback, Jared Brody, their number one corner. A nice gain of 9+ for Paul Dillevaux, his first catch.
Yeah, Dillevaux says, listen, you've been throwing to you, don't forget about me, and he made a nice little play on the out route.
Mark, North Dakota native, a gain of about 9.5. Madison into enemy territory for the first time here today on second down and inches. Handoff goes to Love, the fullback paving the way. Love dives forward, running behind the center, and he gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, that's all they needed. They want to move the chains, keep the ball moving, keep their offense on the field, and right now they're putting a nice little drive together.
Andrew Kidd is the center for this Madison offense. Their lone star offensive lineman is tackle Austin Green, number 56 in the burgundy. Fresh set of downs here for the Lynx. Majors directly under center. Most will get this way for Love in the backfield. He's got nowhere to go. Tackled for a loss of 2 by Eric Hammer, the middle linebacker.
Yeah, Hammer saw that the play wasn't going to amount to much. Not sure why Majors made that decision. Looked like he had his receiver open at the top. But that's what these games are here for this SFL minor league. These guys are starting to get used to each other. They've never played before on the same field with these players. And right there, you saw a 2-yard loss. Nice play by Eric Hammer.
Formation, straight pass for Majors. He breaks out of the initial pressure. Now it runs out to his left, and he's going to run. Majors towards the goal, or check that, towards the first down line, and not quite the goal line, but hey, first down works for Madison. Majors should have been dropped for a loss of 5. Instead, he picks up 13 and a first down.
Yeah, Derek Majors, not very big. He's only 6 feet, but he does weigh 223, and you saw the strength there. His Hammer, I thought, was going to have him wrapped up in the backfield, and his agility was able to allow him to break loose, and a nice pickup for the first down.
Bit of a look at the number 1 ranked QB coming into the season. Majors on the move again, throws down the seam. The pass is caught. First down and goal coming up for Madison. Catch made inside the 5 by Mike Twinscrew, his first catch of the season, and another nice link up with his quarterback, Majors.
Yeah, Majors throwing into double coverage, and Twinscrew making a great catch in traffic. They're in business.
Good for 24 yards for the Crystal, Minnesota native, and Madison in the red zone for the first time. First and goal here from the Annapolis 4. Let's see what they do. What kind of personnel they come out with. It'll be an offset I formation. Everybody's bunched. First and goal from the 4. Majors takes his time. Delayed handoff. Ezekiel Love snowed under as he gets back near the line of scrimmage. And maybe even a loss of 1. The 2 linebackers, Lozano 55 and Hammer 54 in there on the stop. And that's how we end the first quarter of play. 1 touchdown in the first quarter. It's as many as we had in the whole first game of the SFL minor league season, but some good action on both sides so far, Mike.
Yeah, really nice job by these teams. I'm interested to see how the Lynx are going to come out on second down. In Annapolis, you could hear them as they came up to the line screaming, run, run, run. And big 55, Nelson Lozano made the hit.
They come again, offset I formation, first play of the second quarter. Again, the handoff goes to Love. He'll try to stretch it out, left tackle, and again, Eric Hammer makes the stop. No gain on that play. Back-to-back stops for Hammer and the linebackers.
Yeah, you can see on this goal line defense, their first and foremost thought is to stop the run. They know how effective Ezekiel Love is. They've done their homework, and it's going to be tough right here for Madison to score. Let's see if they run or put the trust in Major's arm.
Wide receivers on third down and goal from the 6. Love is the tailback. Majors back to pass, lofts it down to the left seam. The pass is tipped and incomplete. Great defense. He was looking for Paul Dillevaux down the left seam, and it's knocked away.
Yeah, great play by the DB. The free safety, Hayden Williams, knocked it away, and that'll keep Madison off the board and force them for a field goal.
Here comes Caleb Thornton, the place kicker for Madison. Nice stop by Hayden Williams. Good call by you, Mike. And our first look at the place kicker for the Lynx. From backup quarterback Michael Mitchell. He's up. And it's good from 22. The first points of the franchise for the Madison Lynx belong to Caleb Thornton. 22-yard boots, and it's now 7-3.
Yeah, I think Madison's going to be happy with that drive, Tim. They created a couple of first downs. They moved the ball. Derek Majors made a nice play on that 12-yard scamper. and put them in position to put points on the board. I think they're feeling good. They've broken the ice, and they might have their groove here. Let's see what the defense can do. Third time Annapolis is going to get the ball.
Kickoff fielded inside the 5-yard line by Jared Crow, and he gets out to the 22-yard line and no further. You're right, Mike. It was a great answer drive. Responded to that deep bomb from C.J. Arthur. Madison moves the ball down the field, ends up getting a field goal out of it, and we got a pretty good game on our hands so far. We figured we might have some, early season jitters. It's week 1, game 1 for all these players, all these teams, but a lot of good stuff so far.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of tweaking as they go into halftime and as the game progresses. Certainly as the season goes on, these young coaches are going to see what works in their playbook and what doesn't. And that's what these games are for, to see what they can showcase and work out what is effective. And right there, nice effective pass to the outside, the tight end, Alex Daniel.
I was going to say, that certainly counts as an effective play. Nice link up for a gain of 7 with Cameron Curtis and the tight end, Alex Daniel. Tight end in this SFL minor league. The difference between 1 and 6 in this league is minimal. That's just how tight a lot of these rankings are. And a lot of players are going to be able to progress as we go along from week to week. Second down and short, delayed handoff to Scott Johnson. He's got nowhere to go. Tackled in the backfield for no gain, maybe even a loss by Michael Percoco, the Brooklyn native on the defensive end.
Yeah, he likes to be called Coco. Michael Coco Percoco, and he had the hot read right there on that run.
Likes to be called Coco, we will call him Coco. You go, Michael Coco. No gain for Scott Johnson, brings up a third down and 3 for Annapolis from their own 30-yard line. Deep drop for Curtis, looking near side, pass is caught, first down, and once again it's C.J. Arthur, his second catch. Not quite 72 yards, but that one's good for 6, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, Arthur is starting to look like he's in mid-season form, Tim. Nice little button hook pattern. The timing was effective. Curtis hit him on the outside, and they picked up the first down.
Wide receiver play. Watch C.J. Arthur this spring. He's got the best speed, best jumping, best elusiveness, best stamina in the wide receiver class. This guy is going to be a game changer for Annapolis, as we've already seen here in the first half. Fresh set of downs for the Navigators. Pass from Curtis, caught near side. Nice gain on first down by Christopher Ochoa, the first time we've called his name today. And he picks up 6.
Yeah, nice route by Ochoa. Got himself open. Curtis found him. Pickup of 6. I'll take that every time.
A good way to start on first down. We've seen Cameron Curtis linked up with 3 different wide receivers. Crow, the kick return man, has not gotten involved just yet, but all 3 other figureheads on this offense, wide receiver-wise, have caught the ball so far. Second down and short, they'll stretch it out again to Scott Johnson. He's got a first down and 2 yards more before he's taken down by Danny Stinson, the most experienced linebacker for Madison, but another first down for Annapolis.
Yeah, great job up front by the offensive line. They provided a hole for Johnson. He didn't hesitate, picked up the first down, and Annapolis is on the move.
Bit of a slow start today for Scott Johnson. 9 total yards on 6 carries, but he picks up 6 there for the first down. Curtis has a couple of wide receivers deep down the middle of the field, and he can't link up with any of them.
Yeah,
somehow that pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, he had all day long. Excuse me, Tim. The offensive line protected him. He saw the field. He just couldn't connect. Threw it a little bit behind the receiver, and they're going to have to come back to that play because he looked like he was wide open.
Sure what happened on that one, Mike. He had a couple of guys that looked like they were behind the defense, and they were all surprised that they were that wide open. Hey, it's still second down and 10 from just outside of midfield. One tight, the handoff to the left side for Johnson. He's snowed under once again. A loss of 3 by Danny Stinson, the veteran middle linebacker, making a loss of 2, and that brings up third down and long for the Navigators.
Yeah, great job by Stinson. The play took a little bit longer than they wanted it to develop. Stinson was all over it, was in the backfield before Scott Johnson knew it.
There's a third down and 12. See if Curtis is looking for C.J. Arthur, if they can get something else going here. Look at all the guys in the box here on this play for Madison. They send 5. Curtis launching it deep down the left sideline, and Arthur is wide open again. 5, touchdown Annapolis. For the second straight possession, Curtis a deep bomb to C.J. Arthur, and they're in the end zone.
Tim, call the cops. There's a robbery in session. C.J. Arthur is stealing the show. What a play. Arthur gets behind the defense just as he did for his first touchdown. They called the same play, caught the DB sleeping, and he's putting up another touchdown.
72-yard touchdown catch, and now a 54-yard touchdown catch for C.J. Arthur, and he is absolutely putting on a show. We're not even halfway through the second quarter, and he's got over 130 receiving yards. How did he get that wide open? Here comes Will Richardson for the extra points. Jay McDaniel, the backup quarterback, is the holder. Snap down, hold down, and the kick from Richardson is good. No doubt about that one, unlike the first time, and Richardson is 2 for 2, and Annapolis leads 14-3 on the road.
Yeah, I think you're starting to see the development of a strong connection between Curtis and Arthur, and this is what's going to ignite the SFL passing game, SFL minor passing game, Tim. These two guys are putting on a show.
Arthur had DJ Gaynor on him. He's one of the best corners in the minor league, and I figured that would be a great matchup, but Arthur smoked him on that one. Here comes Dillevue on the return. A nice return here for Madison, and Paul Dillevue gets all the way out to the 33-yard line before he's taken down by backup free safety Mike Little. And Madison is going to need another response drive here, Mike.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Derek Majors is going to have to air it out a little bit. It's still early in the game. I don't see Berto Demora, head coach of the Lynx, getting away from his game plan this early, but they certainly can't fall too far behind.
Here's 6 of his first 9 for 79 yards. He'll start out here in the shotgun. Has all day, and now he'll throw back towards the near side, and the pass is caught by DJ Hume, his number 1 wide receiver, a gain of 6.
Yeah, I think Hume's been watching Arthur on the sideline, had a little chat with Majors and said, hey, we need to get it going. Let's start airing it out.
4th catch for Hume, good for 36 total yards. The number 6 rated wide receiver in this class. Phil Koss, the tight end, is actually Madison's number 1 rated pass catcher. We haven't seen him get at all involved in the offense so far. 2nd down and 4 here from the Lynx. Majors back to pass again has all day. He'll pull it over the middle of the field. The pass is caught. First down into enemy territory out towards the 38-yard line. It's Paul Dillevue once again. A big gain on 2nd down, and Madison is moving the chains.
Yeah, Majors had all day, and that was because the big tackle, Austin Green, was doing his job in the trenches, gave Majors that extra second to find Dillevue on the outside. Nice pass and catch by the Lynx.
Oh, sorry, Mike, gain of 24 for Paul Dillevue, and Madison is once again responding, at least for now, to the Annapolis drive. Navigators have 7 in the box. They'll only send 4. Majors under pressure. They'll check it down to the tailback, Love. Love breaks through the first wave of pressure, but not the second one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage by Annapolis' number 92. No gain. That's Jeff Gagne, the linebacker.
Yeah, I think right there you see the loss of 1, and that's because of the great job of the secondary. They had everybody covered, didn't give Majors an opportunity to throw deep, and that was his only option.
11 total yards of offense in this game so far for Ezekiel Love. They'll go back to him on the stretch run. He's taken down for maybe a gain of 1. Nelson Lozano and Eric Hammer are in there once again, along with the defensive lineman Chris Frank in the backup D team.
Yeah, great game plan on the defense for the Annapolis Navigators. A lot of credit goes to James Peanut Troll. He's the defensive coordinator, and it looks like they've come into this game focused on stopping the run.
Coach Ben Jackson well from their time in Queen City. 3rd down and long. Majors under pressure. Gets the ball away, but he's taken down as the ball was swatted away by Tank Hutt, the defensive end. That'll bring up 4th and 10.
Yeah, what a great story. Tank Hutt out of Wagoner, Oklahoma. He's a disabled Marine vet, Tim, and what a great job he did to put the pressure on Majors.
A lot for your service, Mr. Hutt, and a nice pressure there on Derek Majors to force the incomplete pass on 3rd down and 10. And so Madison is going to have to punt from inside the enemy 40-yard line. This is Pete Ellis. Very short punt. Angles it out towards the 12-yard line, and it's caught there by Jared Crow. And Crow goes backwards, and he's taken down inside the 3-yard line by a quartet of Lynx special teamers. And that could not have gone any better for Madison, I don't think.
Yeah, I think on that punt return, the coverage was so good, the returner tried to make something out of nothing and actually lost yardage on the return.
Moving forward progress to the 6, so could have been better, I guess, for Madison, but they'll take it. Annapolis deep back inside its own territory. 5:15 left to go until halftime. They lead it 14-3. Here is Scott Johnson running around right tackle. He gets across the 10-yard line, and a good gain on first down to give him 7 before he stopped on the defensive line by number 93, Billy Ray Valentine.
Yeah, Scott Johnson, he's the number 2 ranked running back in the minor leagues. Wants to get the ball, wants to showcase his talent. Picked up a nice 7 yards.
We're here for Cameron Curtis, the number 6 ranked QB. He's tied with Derek Majors for the number 3 rated quarterback. Again, we'll explain those differences as we go along here. 2nd down and 3 for Curtis. Again, the handoff to Johnson, and he's snowed under. Taken down for a loss. There's Coco again. Michael Percoco stops Scott Johnson for a loss of 3.
Yeah, Michael Percoco, he's there. He's strong. He's a big man, 6'5", 291, and he was all over that run play.
9 attempts for 9 total yards for Scott Johnson, and 7 of those 9 yards came on one run. Neither running back has had a lot of success so far. 3rd down and 6. Curtis pass over the middle, tipped away and incomplete. They dropped a couple of extra men back into coverage, and Deontay Stoneville, the middle linebacker, knocked that one away. 4th down.
Yeah, the linebacker out of Chicago, Illinois, was right there. He was reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time, saw the pass coming, and made a nice play to deflect the pass.
Crow down the right seam, and Stoneville flexing back into his own coverage, knocked it away with his left arm, and I'll bring up 4th down for Annapolis, deep inside their own territory here. And as we saw in the first game a couple of hours ago, Mike, field position was critical for both of those teams as they tried to feel each other out in the first half. Albuquerque ended up beating Lincoln in the first game in the history of the SFL minor league, 16-12, and see if Madison can take advantage of what should be good field position here. Punt coming from Rand Fullman. Fair catch called for and made inside the 40-yard line at about the 37 by Dillavu. And here we go. Fantastic field position coming up here for Madison.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Lynx needed. They've only put up 3 points thus far in the game. So to try and flip-flop the field and make this a field position game was a great job for this defense to set up the offense nicely here at the 37.
We haven't seen anything out of Phil Cost, the tight end, the top-rated pass catcher coming into the season for Madison. They trail by 11 here with 4 minutes to go until half. There's a short pass that's caught. What do you know? Phil Cost, the tight end, gets in on the action. Speak it into existence, Mike, and Annapolis was ready for that. They stopped Cost for no gain.
Yeah, just will it to happen, and it probably will. Cost Johnny on the spot, right on cue. Unfortunately, he caught the ball right at the line of scrimmage. Hopefully they'll start using him more for positive gains.
Things out. Cost is on the right tackle spot. An I formation here on 2nd down for Madison. And off to Ezekiel Love. Huge hole for Love, and he spins back across his right side and dives across the 25-yard line for a 1st down.
Yeah, great run as the hole opened up for Love. He didn't hesitate, and the rookie from Baltimore, Maryland gets a nice gain on that carry.
Paving the way block from the fullback, Jim Finch. We mentioned some teams use their fullbacks more than others, but great block to lead the way for Finch. The rest of the offensive line helped, and 1st down for Madison from the 26-yard line. Again, Annapolis will stack the box. They've got 8 guys inside the tackle box and 1 cornerback creeping. Majors back to pass here on 1st down and fling it out towards the left sideline. It's tipped and incomplete. That could have been picked out on the far sideline by Hayden Williams, the safety. Instead, it falls harmlessly incomplete.
Yeah, Hayden Williams with a nice read, saw that Majors was looking to the outside, had an opportunity to pick that off, and had he done that, there was a lot of green pasture ahead of him.
Williams pulled that one in, and he probably would still be running, but instead it ends up as a PD, and now a 2nd down and 10 coming up here for Madison. There's that 2-back set, a couple of wide receivers out to the right for Derek Majors. Under center, he calls the signals, fakes the handoff to the up back. He now tries to fling it out towards the near sideline, and he can't. The pass is tipped away again by Tank Hutt. So he hit Derek Majors as he tried to unload the pass. It'll be an incompletion.
Yeah, it seems as the more this game goes on, Tank Hutt starting to get fired up. We've been calling his name on consecutive plays, and boy, is he ready to introduce himself to Derek Majors.
Brock Craven could be a good 1-2 on the outside for Annapolis once they progress a little bit. 3rd down and 10 from the 26. 3 wide receivers out wide. They'll hand it off to Love on 3rd and 10. And he gets the 1st down running up the middle. Nice work paving the way by the center, Roderick Kidd. And a gain of 11 on 3rd down and 10.
You can never underestimate the value of a fullback. Great job up front. Great lead block by Jim Finch. Ezekiel Love just followed right behind. He picked up the first down, moved the chains.
Austin Green, the star offensive lineman, crack in from the left tackle spot as well to help pave the way. Another first down deep inside enemy territory here for Madison. Remember, they came up short and had to kick a field goal the last time they were here. First down from the 15. Left side handoff to Ezekiel Love, and this time the Navigator defense was ready. Maybe a gain of 1, and stopped shortly after that by Brock Craven, the other defensive end for the Navigators.
Yeah, Madison's game plan, you can tell right now, all they're looking at trying to do is establish that run game. They're going to force it. They're going to keep giving it to Love, and they're trying to wear down this defense as much as they can.
And down in 9, Majors directly under center. Madison will pack the box, and Annapolis will do so as well. Majors is going to take it up the middle, and he gets out across the 10-yard line, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. We've seen this a couple of times for Derek Majors. I didn't expect we'd see that a whole lot, Mike, but Derek Majors throwing some wrenches into the scouting report, perhaps.
Yeah, Derek Majors showing off the legs. Had that nice 12-yard scramble earlier. Picked up a nice 5-yard gain there. The element of surprise.
Down in 5 from the 10. Majors under center. 3 wide receivers at tight end, and Love is the halfback. A lot of guys on the line here for Annapolis. Majors quick drop to fling it out towards the left sideline. Pass is caught. Short of the sticks, though, by DJ Hume. Needed for, well, maybe actually they say he was out of bounds. Either way, it's going to be 4th down. They do say that Hume was out of bounds. Could not haul it in. Good defense on the outside. 4th down and 4.
Yeah, nice play call by the Lynx. I don't think that they would have picked up the first down had Hume caught the ball, but that's just awareness on the field. Hume's got to know where he is on the sideline and certainly know where that first down marker is.
Comes Caleb Thornton on to attempt his second field goal of the game. This one from about 25. The kick is up and good from 26, so Thornton is 2 of 2 from there. But once again, Mike, Madison gets down the field, answering the Annapolis drive. They get close to striking distance, but they can't punch it in.
Yeah, I think they're a little disappointed that they didn't put up the 6 and score the TD, but anytime you come away with points after a long drive like that, especially early in the game, minute 52 left to go in the second quarter, cannot be disappointed at all. The points are there, and that's exactly what they need to keep this game close.
Still an 8-point game with less than 2 minutes to go. Annapolis will have all 3 timeouts. Here comes Crow on the kick return. Out across the 25-yard line. He spins out to the 27. Stopped there by Ryan Pagel, a safety for Madison. And now Cameron Curtis, as we said, will have all 3 timeouts to try to lead his troops back down the field and maybe score again. Cameron Curtis, solid game for him so far. 7 of his first 10, 152 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Almost all of those have gone to C.J. Arthur. See how Madison responds to Arthur defensively here. We're going to need to do something. That'll help. Curtis is taken down for a loss by the defensive end. Number 90, Adam Williams out of the defensive tackle spot, actually. But either way, it's a loss of 6 on first down.
Yeah, great job by Adam Williams. Made a little swim move to get by the left tackle. Introduced himself to Cameron Curtis and said, "Hi, I just joined during week 17. You're going to know who I am pretty quickly."
And new and already on the field. Nice progression for Williams. And the other defensive lineman is there on the stop for that one. That's Billy Ray Valentine on the defensive end, stopping Scott Johnson for no gain. I want to go back to the last possession because, for the record, that was a 1-yard catch for DJ Hume, not an incomplete pass. So my apologies there, but all really the same. They got 1 extra yard and then hit the field goal. But either way, 3rd down and 16 here for Annapolis, inside of a minute to go with an 8-point lead. Deep drop here for Curtis, has time, sees the time run out, and he'll throw it over to the near sideline. There's nobody home. Curtis was under pressure and had to just toss it away before he got pasted by lefty Lamont, the other defensive tackle.
Yeah, and the defensive huddle, lefty Lamont told Billy Ray Valentine, once the play starts, we're going to line up against the offensive line, but meet me in the backfield. They put the pressure on Curtis. Didn't have time to look downfield and had to get rid of that one out of bounds.
Well, it'll be 4th down and 16, and maybe let's flip the script here, Mike. We were talking about Annapolis maybe having some time to move the ball, but now Madison might have some time to move the ball. Clock is stopped because of the last play, and so now Rand Fullman will come on to punt from inside his own 10-yard line. Out across midfield, Delavu fields it at his own 45 and gets to maybe his own 47. So now with 37 seconds to go and all 3 timeouts, a good chance here for Madison to add some points before the half.
Yeah, defensive coordinator for the Madison Lynx, Jaden Swift, took his guys aside after C.J. Arthur has burned them deep for a couple of touchdowns, and they've responded nicely on the last 2 defensive drives, giving Madison a chance to get back into this game.
Down and 10 for Derek Majors, 4 wides, and Ezekiel Love is the tailback. Fake the give to Love, and now Majors will swing it out towards the left sideline looking for Hume, and Hume pulls that one in, somehow spins his body around and makes the catch for a gain of 4.
Yeah, nice athletic play by Hume. The throw was a little behind him, spun him around. Did a great job to keep his feet in bounds for a 4-yard gain.
The game for DJ Hume, good for 37 total yards. Clock stops, of course, as the wide receiver goes out of bounds. Madison across midfield. 33 seconds left until halftime in week 1 of the SFLm. 5 wides here for Derek Majors. 3-man rush. They had a 4th as the pass is caught over the right side by Chris Armstrong, the backup wide receiver, and Madison moves the change. They're going to go no huddle here. Quickly back to the line, go the Lynx right from the 40-yard line. 20 seconds left in the half. They do have all 3 timeouts. Majors under pressure, gets the ball away just before he's hit, but he's still taken down. Or for no gain, I'm sorry, as Crooked, the defensive tackle, provided the pressure.
Yeah, great job by Crooked. Takes the pressure off the defense, gives them a little time to rest, huddle up, and call a defensive play against this hurry-up offense.
Follows Curtis Walker on the catch the last time, 82 for Madison to help move the chains. So now 2nd down and 10. Clock stops as Majors was able to get rid of the football. The offset I formation. Annapolis showing blitz. They send only 4. Majors out to the left side. Pass is caught at the 1st down line. Phil Koss, the tight end, helps to move the chains. And immediately the Lynx call a timeout.
Yeah, great job by Phil Koss, being aware of where that 1st down chain was able to catch the ball a yard behind, get the timeout, and they're getting closer to field goal range.
And Buffalo, New York, Phil Koss with his 2nd catch of the game, only first one, though, for positive yardage. And with only 10 seconds left and 2 timeouts, Madison is going to bring on Caleb Thornton, their field goal kicker. This will be from 47 yards. Math even I can do. Snap down, the hold down, and the kick from Caleb Thornton is up, and it is good from just inside 47, I guess. I can't even do that math, I suppose. But either way, it's good for Thornton, his 3rd field goal of the first half, and that makes it a 5-point game.
Yeah, a little surprised that Berto DeMorter brought out Caleb Thornton with 10 seconds left to go. I thought maybe with the 2 timeouts, they could take a couple of shots at the end zone or at least move the ball a little bit closer. But the 3 points brings them a little bit closer in score, and not a bad way to end the half.
I'm right there with you, Mike. I thought they had at least one more play to try to do something, but hey, Thornton hits the field goal, and still they get 3 points out of it. Here's Jared Crow. He gets out to the 25-yard line on the return. There's only 2 seconds left in the half for Annapolis. What do you expect to see here?
Yeah, I think they'll just come out. They'll have Curtis take the knee and go into the locker room being happy with the 5-point lead. Certainly there'll be some adjustments that they need to make. Madison seemed to get their legs underneath them right here at the end of the half. But right now, I think both teams have to be happy with where the score is.
I agree with you more, but Annapolis looks like they're going to run a play with only 2 seconds left. Curtis is going to launch it deep down the middle of the field, and the pass is caught in a huge gain. They break a tackle, and the wide receiver is going to go all the way for a touchdown. It's Frank Hubbard, the wide receiver, so much for taking a knee. He goes 73 yards for the score.
Wow, Tim, who expected that? The backup wide receiver, Frank Hubbard, comes in for the first play of the game, and they throw it over the middle. Madison was thinking like I was thinking, getting caught sleeping, and that was the strike from Curtis to put up 6.
Tackle from DJ Gaynor, their number 1 corner, and then the other wide receiver helps to block out the safety, and Frank Hubbard waltzes the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think you got to give the credit to Cam Curtis. I think Ben Jackson was going to come out conservative, told him to take the knee. Curtis saw something where the defense just wasn't paying attention. He was on the same page with Hubbard. And man, what a strike to put the dagger in here at the end of the half.
T from Will Richardson is good, and the third touchdown pass of better than 50 yards in the first half for Cameron Curtis and the Annapolis Navigator offense. That's the end of the first half. All kinds of action, 3 touchdowns for Annapolis, 3 field goals for Madison, and the visitors have a 21-9 lead at the first half breaks.
Yeah, I think the Navigators are very, very pleased with the performance of the number all 6 rated QB, Cameron Curtis. He's at 66%, completing 8 out of 12 passes, but 3 of those 8 completions have gone for long touchdowns.
Pretty ridiculous, Mike. I'm not sure that we expected to see anything like that. I expected that both teams would try to play it a little bit close to the vest, try to work things out, try to figure out what kind of plays they have, what kind of players they have, but Annapolis clearly has some idea. They've linked up on 3 massive touchdown passes, including this one here to C.J. Arthur.
Yeah, a little bit of surprise myself, Tim, especially with both teams having the number 2 ranked running back in Scott Johnson and the Lynx having the number 3 ranked running back in Ezekiel Love. It looks like Madison is trying to establish the run with Love, but I thought maybe they might mix that up a little bit more, considering Majors is the number 1 overall rated QB in the SFL minor leagues. But right now, it's the Cam Curtis show.
Running backs have combined for 44 rushing yards on 20 combined attempts, and I'm with you. I certainly thought those 2 guys would be able to shine, 2 of the best running backs in this league. At least we thought preseason, but just only 1 half in the books. And as we saw in game 1, an hour or so ago, both of the running backs in that game were able to get going after the first half break. So maybe we'll see more of the same. Here's one of the 3 field goals made by Caleb Thornton, the place kicker for Madison. That's their only offense in terms of points scored on the board. It's just stunning to me that C.J. Arthur has smoked DJ Gaynor. We've got CJ versus DJ, and so far CJ has owned that battle today.
Yeah, 3 catches for C.J. Arthur for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had that second one, which was a long 72-yard bomb that he took to the house. Certainly he's here. He wants the SFL Pro League to know who he is. He's saying, hey guys, any teams out there that are looking for a wide receiver, I'm available.
Thanks so much for joining us. It's week 1, game 2 of the Simulation Football Minor League. Tim Hackett, Mike Improda, and Mark Lopez, along with the commissioner of the SFL, Cameron Irvine, here with you this afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us wherever you're joining us from. You may be asking, what are you watching if you're tuning in for the first time? I'll tell you, the Simulation Football League is what you're watching. It's the first controllerless esport allowing you, the viewer, to participate in all the action on the field without a controller in your hands. Visit simulation.football for details on how to get started with the team and in the league. Hashtag Make an Impact on Twitter. We're underway here in the second half. Paul Dillavu is the kick return man for the Madison Lynx, wearing the burgundy and whites, and he gets out to the 30-yard line, and that's where the Lynx will start off 1st and 10.
Really looking for this second half to open up, Tim, especially for the Madison Lynx. Offensive coordinator Jacob Clear has been a bit conservative in the first 2 quarters. Let's see if he lets Derek Majors open it up a little bit on the passing game.
Australia native sees his team down by 12 as we play the second half. Majors in the pistol with that 2 tailback set. You see this often in this league, like we've said. Straight pass here for Majors. He'll go short to Phil Costa, tight end. And he is met by a pair of Navigator defenders for no gain. Lozano, the linebacker, on the stop.
Yeah, a nice 2-yard gain. Anything positive is effective here for this team, just as long as they're moving the ball down the field. Maybe they're going to try and look to get Costa a bit more involved in the offense.
This, I have good news for you. This is the second game of a Wednesday quadruple header here across the SFL network, if you will. We've got 2 more games coming your way later on this afternoon. Second down and long, and Majors is taken down for a big loss. Chris Franken, the backup defensive lineman, sacks Majors for a loss of 4.
Yeah, great job by Chris Franken, 6'4", 318 pounds. Just bull rushed the offensive lineman and took Majors down for a sack.
The defensive lines have their way so far. I'm a little surprised by that, Mike. I thought both of these defensive lines were young. That doesn't mean they're bad, but I thought these 2 teams had better areas than that so far here just in week 1, but they both had their moments so far. Now 3rd down and 12 for Majors. Pass is caught, man is wide open. It's Dillavu, and he spins across the 1st down marker. They move the chains on 3rd and 12.
Yeah, great job by Dillavu. Ran out about 10 yards and then cut to the outside. great timing play, and Curtis hit him right in stride.
And Dillevue had plenty of space, and he spins around the tackle of Solomon Kane, top defensive back for Annapolis. Nice gain of about 14 on 3rd down and 12. Third catch today for Dillevue, and Derek Majors has really spread the wealth nicely in that regard.
Yeah, check that, Tim. I said Cam Curtis. I meant Derek Majors hitting Dillevue with the nice pass.
It is Derek Majors off 1 foot, flings it down the right seam, and it's knocked away. Mike Twinscrew had a chance at that one, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, good coverage by the Navigators. I think Majors was just trying to get Twinscrew involved. Didn't have a lot to choose from, and gave his receiver an opportunity to make a play, but the defense was there to meet the challenge.
That arm strength from Derek Majors, flinging it off of his right foot, and gave Twinscrew a chance, but decent coverage by the strong safety Solomon Kane. Annapolis showing blitz. They will send only 4. Majors has plenty of time. Now he'll fling it over the middle. Pass is tipped and incomplete. Another chance at an interception here for the Annapolis defense. Interesting defensive formation. They stack the box, only bring a few, and end up knocking the pass away.
Yeah, you can't say enough about the offensive line of the Madison Lynx, led by tackle Austin Green. They gave Majors plenty of time, but the secondary of the Navigators is just batting down the hatches. Defense didn't have anybody open, and the DB made a nice play to knock that pass away.
Down and 10 here for Madison. 4 wides, including a slot man, and Ezekiel Love is the tailback. Down by 12 in the second half. Again, they'll hand off to Love on 3rd down and long, and he gets about 5, but he will be 5 yards short. And they've done that a couple of times, Mike.
Yeah, I think they want to get everybody involved. They want to see what this offense is capable of doing. They don't want to leave Love in the backfield just to block. But a questionable 3rd down call there. I thought they might give Majors an opportunity to throw for the 1st down. They gave it to Love, and they came up short.
Once, maybe twice, but no more than that for this Madison offense. Pete Ellis is on the punt. Decent punt out towards the 15-yard line, and the return man, Crow, is stopped at the 19. Special teams has been good so far for Madison, but the offense for Annapolis has been lethal so far.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what Cam Curtis can do to extend this lead. I can't see Ben Jackson taking his foot off the pedal. Don't be surprised if they keep looking at C.J. Arthur.
Catches for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns in that first half for top wideout and the top overall ranked player in this minor league, C.J. Arthur. Can Madison scheme against him here in the second half? Curtis back to pass. He'll sling it over the middle. The pass is tipped. Could have been picked off twice, but it will fall incomplete. Julian Valliere had the second attempt at it. And Deontay Stoneville had the first. 2nd down.
Yeah, a little surprised Cam Curtis looked in that direction into triple coverage. Great job by the strong safety, Julian Valliere. This kid, Tim, he's 6'2", 211. He's from a small town called Basel, Louisiana.
Play from him. It's a good secondary here for Madison. Haven't proved it so far, but there's a lot of potential among these 4. On 2nd down, the handoff to Scott Johnson. He'll run right tackle. One of the best runs of the game for him, and he stopped about a half yard short of the 1st down line by D'Amico Ryans. No question about it, the best run of the game for Scott Johnson. Good for 9.
Yeah, and you can give the credit to Cody Heinen, the tackle on the right side. Held his block nicely. Johnson took the carry, went right around, and picked up 9.
Heinen is the star offensive lineman on this team. Tackle wearing number 70 in the white and yellow. For Annapolis from the eye. Delayed handoff. Johnson again up the middle, running right guard. 1st down for Annapolis. That worked. Deontay Stoneville brings Johnson down. He's a little bit slow to get up, but he gets more than he needs. 1st down.
Yeah, with this 12-point lead, Tim, I think they're going to start to look at Scott Johnson a little bit more. He wants to be fed. He's hungry, and this is what they're going to do to start pounding the ball.
20 all-purpose yards here for Scott Johnson, even including those last 2 plays. The 2-back set, and there is Johnson, the right running back, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Mike Coco is there once again, and Johnson is stopped.
Yeah, Coco said, listen, you haven't called my name in the last few plays. I need to get involved, and he made a big hit there to stop Johnson.
So far for Coco, he's got 3 tackles, including a tackle for loss, and he stops Johnson for no gain there. Offset I formation again here. Again, the handoff is to Scott Johnson, and he's got a huge hole down the right sideline, and Johnson out across midfield and taken down at the 47. Maybe a touchdown-saving tackle by Nate Hall, the safety, and a huge gain for Scott Johnson. He's waking up.
Yeah, I think at halftime, Ben Jackson told his team with this lead, let's see what we can do to control the possession. And the guard pulled. Johnson came right around and picked up a nice chunk of yards.
Called by you. There's Marte Clell into the guard. He actually kind of whiffed on that last play by Hall, but he was able to help clear the way. That's a 21-yard gain. Being told by Mark Lopez, our statistician, by far the longest run of the game for Scott Johnson. Annapolis is across midfield here in the third quarter. They lead 21-9 in their first ever SFL minor league game. Curtis flings it over to Scott Johnson. He's got room to run down the left sideline. Stopped again by Hall, and a gain of about 17 through the air for Scott Johnson. He's really waking up.
Yeah, a nice mix of plays here, going back and forth with the run, really showing the defense a run formation, and they come out with a little check down to Johnson, and the Navigators are putting a nice drive together here.
Of snooze buttons set, I guess, but was finally able to get that alarm working. Scott Johnson is fully woken up. He's now got 58 all-purpose yards, which is not bad for this point of the game, considering how slowly this offense started, at least when it came through him. And now Annapolis is deep inside enemy territory, first down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Two tailbacks set once again. Again, the handoff to Scott Johnson. Keep feeding the beast, right? He gets a gain of about 2. D'Amico Ryan, or check that 40, not 50, is there on the stop for Madison as Leo Jefferson, the corner.
Yeah, Johnson's adrenaline is pumping, and he's saying the more times you give me the ball, the better I'm going to get. And I think that's the direction that offensive coordinator E.J. Minson wants to head right now.
And for the Florida Storm, E.J. Minson, his first game as the offensive coordinator for Annapolis. Gain of 3 on first down, and they'll lose about 2 of those yards. They handed it off. That's Hugo Reynosa, actually the second-string running back. And Reynosa is stopped for a loss by Deontay Stoneville.
Yeah, I need to give Johnson a little breather, but the Lynx were all over that. Stoneville was reading run and knocked down Reynosa for a 2-yard loss.
Sure how much we would see out of Hugo Reynosa. We're understanding that the teams are going to cycle through their 2 running backs through most weeks. One will start one week, and one will start another. Reynosa gets that handle, and there's a drop. Christopher Ochoa, the wide receiver, was wide open. Pass was a little bit behind him, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, on third down, the Lynx had 6 DBs in. They were playing a little further off than I would have liked to have seen. Left everything open underneath, and I think if Ochoa was able to hold on to that, he might have had a nice opportunity to gain that first down. But now, on fourth down, they're going to bring out the kicker, William Richardson.
Field goal attempt of the season for William Richardson. This from about 44 yards. He made all 3 of his PATs. The snap is high. Hold down from Jay McDaniel. The kick from Richardson is straight through. Nice kick from Richardson. His first made field goal of his career, and it's 24-9.
Yeah, very nice drive on that. Not sure if the fans were noticing, but every play in that drive went to Johnson, and he picked up on 10 plays, 53 yards for the field goal.
Annapolis scores for the 4th time. They've been very efficient. Of course, it helps that they've got those 3 deep touchdown passes, including the one in the very last play of the first half. If you missed that one, a 74 yards actually pass link up from Curtis to Hubbard to provide some of this margin here. And Annapolis now extends their lead even further. Here's Dillaboo on the return. He gets out to the 29-yard line. Madison almost close to running out of time here, Mike, but it's still a 2-score game at 15 points.
Yeah, I still think in the third quarter, just under 5 minutes, there's plenty of time for Madison to get back in the game. I just think Berto DeMora and offensive coordinator Jacob Clear need to kind of turn a little bit more to the passing game, let Majors air it out, and let those receivers go to work.
Game of week 1 of the SFL minor league. 2 more games on tap for you later on this afternoon, immediately following ours. Majors on first down, passes caught on the right sideline. There's Mike Twinscrew. First we've heard from him in a while, just his second catch of the game, and it's good for 4.
Yeah, I think at this point, anything that the Lynx can take, the Navigators are going to give them. And right there, Mike Twinscrew, for a nice little out route, picks up 4 yards.
After this at 6 p.m., 5 Central, the Birmingham Fuel at the Ottawa Cavalry with Robert Garrett Jr. and Mark Lopez. And then after that, the Boise Mud Dogs at the San Jose Flight. That's coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Central. Derek Majors with the quarterback keeper for, that's maybe the 3rd time we've seen that out of him here, Mike, and he gets 3.
Yeah, I think Madison's doing what they can to get positive yardage. Excuse me. And right there, Major saw something up the middle. He tapped the center right on the rear end, and he get a gain for 3.
They're down in 3. They'll go back to the ground this time, and really not much there. A loss of 1 for the fullback, or a gain of 1, I'm sorry, for the fullback, Jim Finch, and that brings up 4th down and 2. Decision time here for Berto Tamora, the head coach for Madison, and it looks like he's going to bring out the punter.
Yeah, 4th and 2. They're at their own 38. Nothing that they want a chance where they're going to give the Navigators an opportunity for a short field to score. So punting right now. A lot of time left. That's the right decision.
Ellis is the punter, and Crow, the return man, doesn't call for the fair catch, and he pays the price. He's hit after a return of maybe 1. And so Annapolis will take back over on top by 15 with 3.5 to go in the 3rd.
Yeah,
Again next Wednesday. Sorry, Mike, didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Tim, I think you're going to see a heavy dose of Scott Johnson once again on this series.
As you said, went through him, except for the one stray handoff to Hugo Reynosa, giving Scott Johnson a little bit of a breather. And here is Johnson on 1st down. Gets across the 30-yard line, a gain of maybe 1.5. Stopped there by number 91, Lefty Lamont, the defensive tackle.
Yeah, head coach Ben Johnson knows he has a bit of a comfortable lead right now, and I think it's just ball control, time of possession, and if he can keep it on the ground, keep it safe, that's what he's going to try and do.
To see anything out of Curtis in this second half. Sure, that is exactly what Ben Jackson would like. Up by 15 here in the second. They'll flung it out to Scott Johnson out of the backfield, and he gets out across the line of scrimmage for a gain of 3. We did see 1 catch. I should backtrack. 1 pass from Curtis and a half out of into the flats for Johnson in the last possession. They do pretty much the same thing there.
Yeah, for sure. I think they're keeping a little bit conservative. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them.
On 2nd down. 2.5 to go in the 3rd from the two-tail back set. It's a straight handoff to Johnson. Plenty of space, but the space runs out. Johnson gets close to the line to gain, and he's going to be stopped about 2 yards short by Ulysses Yale, the backup defensive back. That brings up 4th and 2.
Yeah, great job by Yale. I thought on the delayed draw, Johnson might have an opportunity to pick up that 1st down, but Yale came in, and speed helped him there to stop the play.
Like he was going to have more than enough space to get the 1st down, but that space ran out. Great work by this Madison secondary to stop Johnson 2 yards short. And Rand Fullman is on to punt it away for the Navigators. Delavu waits at his own 25 and gets out to the 30 and no further. Nice stop by Trent Scarney, the backup quarterback and special teams member here for Annapolis. On this play, first one of the game. We've got a running into the punter. It's the first time I've seen that. It's clipping, actually. Okay, that's the first time that we've seen that. Going against Madison's number 24, Grant Calder. Backup safety. And that'll pin the Lynx back even further.
Yeah, not the way Madison wanted to come out to start this drive. It looked like defensive coordinator Jaden Swift defense was doing its job. It'll set him back 10 yards. Let's see if Majors can get him out of this hole.
I have to say, I did not expect that, but that's our first penalty of the game, and that'll drop Madison back 15 yards or so from where Delavu got to. So 1st down and 10 from their own 15. Majors back to pass. He'll sling it down the right sideline. The pass is intercepted on the sideline by Terrence Sales, the cornerback. Majors going down the sideline looking for DJ Hume, and Terrence Sales takes it away.
Yeah, Terrence Sales sitting back there in left field. It looked like the Navigators had the dime package in with 6 DBs, knowing that Majors has to air it out to bring his team back from this deficit. And right there, nice interception.
That was actually twin screw on the target down the sideline. Hume was running a post inside, but either way, nice work on the outside by the backup corner, and Annapolis will take over from the Madison 35-yard line. Offset I formation with the fullback Soto. Curtis delayed handoff. They'll run away that from the fullback for Scott Johnson, and he's tripped up after a gain of 7 by Julian Valliere.
Yeah, nice audible right there by Cam Curtis. Saw that there were 8 men in the box. Didn't see there was an opportunity up the middle, and Johnson took the outside for a nice 7-yard gain.
A taste of a little bit of everything so far in this game. Just saw our first penalty, now our first turnover, and Madison is deep inside enemy territory here. Stretch run on the delayed handoff to Scott Johnson, and D'Amico Ryan smelled that one. He stops Johnson for no gain.
Yeah, D'Amico Ryans knows that the clock is ticking. He needs to come up with some big plays, and right now, this is exactly what Madison needs.
Game for D'Amico Ryan's the native of Houston, Texas. He's now got 3 tackles, including 2 TFLs and a pass breakup. That brings up 3rd down and 6 from the 30-yard line. Launch out to the right sideline. Madison brings 7 guys into the box. Curtis flings it over the middle. Pass is caught. Jared Crow wide open. Touchdown, Annapolis. 4th passing touchdown of the game for Curtis.
Wow, Cam Curtis. Just when you think that the offense is being slowed down, Cam Curtis finds the Crow over the middle for 6.
For your first catch of the season, Jared Crow is wide open, and he burns the secondary once again. The 4th time we've seen this, Mike. The third touchdown pass on the last play of the second half, there was a broken tackle, but the other 3, there's just been some blown coverage, and Curtis has exploited it.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to your football IQ. Cam Curtis has done his homework. He's been in the film room. He's been studying. And when he saw the DBs line up a little more inside, he knew he had Crow on the crossing pattern over the middle. And that's exactly what he did.
AT from William Richardson is good. He's been perfect today. A 30-yard pass link up from Curtis to Crow. And not only have we seen 4 touchdown passes, they've all been of 30 yards or more for Cameron Curtis, and we build this as a good matchup of quarterbacks. Mike, we thought that Derek Majors might be a little bit on the upper hand coming in. Of course, tough to know for sure coming into week 1, but Cameron Curtis has absolutely stolen the show so far.
Yeah, it's all about efficiency. Right now, Cameron Curtis has thrown 4 TDs, and despite running 8 plays less than Madison, 44 to 52, the Navigators are up big.
It's returned by Dillevue. He gets smacked by Ronaldo Gaylor, the backup defensive end, but a nice return of about 22 yards for Dillevue. Sets up Madison from their own 30-yard line, and now time is ticking. Only 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and the lead now 31 to 9. Turn that interception into 7.
Yeah, this is where Madison really needs to rely on Derek Majors. It might be a little bit too much of a hill to climb, but still more time left. Let's see what they can do. They're going to have to strike quick.
With Ezekiel Love on the ground. It was a little bit of a funky running style, but it works. Picks up 10 before he's tackled by Eric Hammer.
Yeah, mean run by Ezekiel Love. He's not happy with the way things are going right now, so every opportunity that he gets, he's going to make people pay.
Well, they're going to say he was stopped just short. It sure looked good to me, but they give him 9.5 actually, and that brings up 2nd down and inches. 13 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. 2 tailbacks set here for Madison. Majors takes his time. They will run the play. A handoff left tackle to the fullback, Jim Finch, and he needed 1, got 2. Or check that is Love, 21. And Love gets enough for the 1st down. And that's how we end the 3rd quarter. Annapolis strikes again through the air. 4 touchdown passes for Cameron Curtis, going to 3 different players. And the Annapolis Navigators have a big lead as we head to the 4th.
Yeah, Tim, can't say enough about the people who help us out to make our broadcast make it sound like we're smarter than we are. Credit to Mark Lopez, as he's told us that in only 17 attempts from Cam Curtis, he's thrown 4 TDs, which averages out to about a TD and a little over just about 4 attempts. Talk about efficiency.
That's a great point. No gain on 1st down for Madison on that play. Ezekiel Love stopped at the line of scrimmage. And also he's got 16.5 yards per attempt. So he's thrown for 278 yards to go in to those 4 touchdowns. So you're right. Those are 2 prime numbers for Cameron Curtis in his first ever SFL game. Majors over the middle trying to answer. Great coverage. Pass is knocked away. He's looking for his top target, DJ Hume, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, Garrison Blue. He likes to be called G-Money out of Louisiana. He's a big Dallas Cowboy fan, and he looks like he's playing from back in the day, the guy who I used to watch, Everson Walls, and he was just on him like a blanket.
It was good coverage by Blue. Brings up 3rd down and 10. This Annapolis defense has been strong all game long. This could be a critical play for Madison. Never know. 3rd down and 10. And again, they'll hand it off to Love. 1 spin move. He breaks another tackle on Ezekiel Love is off. There goes Love to the 20, 10, 5 touchdown. On 3rd down and 10, they run it with Ezekiel Love, and he goes all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, you got to love that big run by Ezekiel. There was a little bit of opening. He hit it hard, and that was all agility, speed, and talent from Love. And he's going to say, listen, Lynx, we're not going anywhere. The Navigators are up, but don't say goodbye yet.
Crucial run for Ezekiel Love. He spins around Solomon Payne, their most experienced defensive back, and he takes it to the house. He's now got 107 rushing yards. That was a 58-yard scamper for the top tailback for the Lynx.
That's what Lynx
on for the BAT.
That's what the Lynx fans want to see. That's what they paid their money to see. Ezekiel Love, the number 3 ranked running back in the SFL minors. And nice job there.
BAT from Caleb Thornton is true. Kickers have been excellent so far in this game. They've been flawless. And the first touchdown in the history of the Madison Lynx franchise belongs, perhaps unsurprisingly, to Ezekiel Love.
Great job by Love on that run.
Running plays so far today, and that's the 4th touchdown scoring play that we've had of at least 50 yards or more. Quick strike offense all game long. And now it's a 2-possession game once again. Annapolis will get the ball. Jared Crow fields it inside the 10. Tries to spin back across to the middle of the field and gets nowhere, but another decent return for Crow. Annapolis will start from their own 26.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see how Ben Jackson puts his offense out on the field. Is he going to go back to the way they opened it up a little bit with the passing in the first half, or if he's going to stick to the ground and try and chew up some of this clock?
Well, that gutsy call on 3rd down and 10. I think that's the 4th time we've seen that, Mike. 2 times it's worked for Madison, and that time it works for a 58-yard touchdown run. I've never really seen that before. Curtis on a quick out route. There's C.J. Arthur, his first catch since the first half, and his 4th catch, as you see there, for 140 yards in the game, and that'll stop the clock as well.
Yeah, overall, Arthur's put in a nice day in the office, but the second half, he's fallen a little short. Not sure why they haven't gone back to him with the way he was so effective in the first 2 quarters. Now maybe they might get him a little bit more involved.
Out the chat, and yeah, you're right. Both offensive teams have scoring plays of 30-plus yards. Both, in fact, have scoring plays of 50-plus yards. You can count on one hand the number of times I've seen that. Here's Scott Johnson, and that won't go for 50-plus. He'll go for nothing. Maybe a gain of 1 tackled for a short gain by Danny Stinson.
Yeah, Stinson and Prococo plugging up the hole. Didn't have much for Johnson on that carry.
Johnson is woken up, as we said on the last drive. He's now got 75 all-purpose yards. Lean on him heavily here on 3rd down and 2. Here is Scott Johnson. Nice blocking, and Johnson needed 2. Gets 3. First down, Annapolis.
Yeah, Deontay Stoneville just a little late to get around the corner. Johnson knew where that first down marker was, and this is what the Navigators are going to do. They're just going to keep pounding it and chewing up the clock.
And a couple of extra tight ends. That was Lawrence Perry, the second-string tight end, here on to help pave the way for Johnson. Again, a couple of tight ends here for Annapolis. And again, the handoff to Johnson, running left tackle. A nice pickup on first down. And Deontay Stoneville perhaps atoning for that last play where he was a little bit short. Limits Johnson to a gain of 3.
Yeah, the Navigators said, hey, if we're going to pick up positive yardage the first time, let's run it again.
The recipe for success from here on in, no question. There's that 2 tailback set, 2 wide receivers to the right, 6 in the box for the Lynx. Again, the handoff to Johnson, running right guard this time, and he stopped for a gain of 2. Right guard, check at the right tackle, Colin Cooley out pushing away.
Yeah, Madison's defense has really come out of the locker room here. They made their adjustments in the second half, haven't given much to Johnson as they know that they're going to try and keep the ball on the ground to keep the possession. Let's see if they can stop him here and get the ball back.
And in the box for Madison, crucial play on defense for the Lynx. The handoff to Johnson, and the Lynx read it perfectly. Danny Stinson coming off the edge rush, and he burns Scott Johnson for a loss of 3, and the Navigators will have to punt.
Yeah, I can try and see a little bit of the momentum starting to swing here. Great job by Stinson. The Lynx are going to get the ball back. Still plenty of time.
8 minutes to go, 15-point game. Rand Fullman on to punt once again for Annapolis. They don't really send any pressure at all. High-hanging punt inside the 25-yard line. Dilleville on the return. He gets to the 27 and no further. And even though Madison didn't really send anybody to block the punt, they were not able to block for Dilleville very well on that one.
Yeah, good coverage on special teams. They're going to give Madison from the 28, pin him back, and let their defense go to work. They're trying to protect this lead. It'll be interesting to see if the Lynx can score here. This game is going to get people on the edge of their seats, Tim.
What do you think the strategy should be here on this drive, Mike? Should they stick with Love, who worked on the last possession, or should they go back to the air, which worked in the first half? They will go with Love to start, and he is snowed under. No gain, maybe a loss of 2, in fact. Stopped in the backfield by Eric Hammer, the middle linebacker. He's had a really solid game.
Yeah, I think when Jacob Clear gets an opportunity to take a look back at this film, they might get rid of that draw play. That's certainly not working for them.
Including 3 TFLs for Eric Hammer out of the middle linebacker spot. Nice gain for him. Loss of 2 for Love. Delayed handoff. Now they'll fake the handoff, actually. Majors passes down the left seam, and it's caught for a 10-yard gain by Mike Twinscrew. I'll bring up 3rd down and short. Stopped just short of the line of gain by Jared Brody, the corner.
Yeah, really nice job on the play action. Majors hit the ball nicely, gave the opportunity for Twinscrew to finish his route and hit him for a nice little 8-yard gain.
Man, that's for darn sure. 3rd down and 2. Big spot here for the Madison offense, down by 15, 6:40 to go in the game. Majors again on play action, has time, bullets it over the middle, pass is caught once again by Twinscrew. Back-to-back big gains, and Madison into enemy territory.
Yeah, Derek Majors wants to go back to Twinscrew. He's starting to feel it, and there you can see the bullet and the strength behind Majors' arm.
Catches for 55 yards for Mike Twinscrew, and all 3 of the offensive figureheads, the pass catchers at least, have at least 3 catches. DJ Hume has 6 to lead the pack for Madison. 6:15 left in regulation time. Again, another quarterback draw here for Derek Majors, and Annapolis was ready for that one. He ran into his center and couldn't get any push.
Yeah, not quite sure what Majors saw there, but the hole didn't open up, and the Navigators were quick to stop that.
4th or 5th time we've seen a designed QB run for Derek Majors. Wasn't sure how much we would see that out of him, and that time it did not work at all. Less than 6 minutes left in regulation. 3 wides and 2 tailbacks here for Madison, down by 15. Straight drop back for Majors. Late blitz. Majors will throw. The pass is caught by DJ Hume. He's back in the offense. 1st down Lynx.
Yeah, nice timing play as Hume slanted through to the middle. Saw it was wide open on man coverage. Majors read it perfectly. Great throw and catch.
6th rated wide receiver in this class, and the native of Kansas City, Missouri, with big-time catch to help move the chains. Nice drive here for Madison, down by 15. They scored that long run by Ezekiel Love on their last drive. Majors has time, throws out towards the near side. That's called once again by Twinscrew, and he gets out of bounds after a gain of 6. Big drive here from Mike Twinscrew.
Yeah, 3 receptions so far, and he's making the most of it. Even more impressive was his ability to make the catch and get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, that could be crucial for the clock management aspect of this game. You're right on. And now 4 catches for 55, or check it, 5 catches for 61 yards for Twinscrew, 7 for 53 for Hume. Majors knocking on the doorstep of 200 passing yards. 5 minutes to go. Majors again will run it, and he again gets nothing. And now the Lynx are going to try to hurry it up. Majors is yet to get back on side, and now he will. 3rd down and 4. Majors back to pass. He'll swing it out to the near side. The pass is bobbled and dropped by Ezekiel Love, the running back. Back-to-back costly plays for this Lynx offense. 4th down and 4.
Yeah, I think on that play, Ezekiel Love was trying to keep one eye on the ball and one eye on the linebacker. Just couldn't collect that one.
It was a curious pair of plays, I think, Mike. The quarterback run on 2nd down, not sure why, and then they tried to flip it out to Love. That didn't work either. And now Madison's going to have to go for it. Less than 5 minutes left in the game, down by 15 points. They spread it out 5 wide. Majors under pressure, passes over the middle, and it's dropped incomplete. It was looking for Victor Williamson, the backup wide receiver, and it falls through his hands. Annapolis takes it over on downs.
Yeah, I think Annapolis was really content to give the Lynx all the underneath stuff that Madison was taking. They knew as the ball started to move a little bit further down the field, all they needed was a couple of stops. I agree with you, Tim. Couple of questionable QB sneaks by Majors, and that was really the reason how this drive ended up stalling.
Listen, had Williamson, their backup wideout, wide open, you got to wonder if a different wide receiver was there if he would have hauled it in. It's going to be a turnover on downs, the first that we've seen today. Annapolis back on offense. Scott Johnson, the tailback, gets the carry, and he's stopped for no gain by defensive tackle Adam Williams.
Good job by Williams. The Lynx want to get their defense off the field and the offense the ball back.
Use their timeouts yet. 4:20 left in regulation time. Annapolis on top, 31-16. Two wide receivers, two tight ends, and a tailback here for Cameron Curtis. The box. Curtis takes his time, 10 seconds on the play clock. No need to rush it here. A 15-point lead. They'll snap it with 5. Hand off to Johnson, and again, Madison is ready. This defensive front has been pretty good so far today, Mike, and those two linebackers, Ryans and Stoneville, are in on the stop.
Yeah, the Lynx have some pretty strong guys that are up front showing their athletic ability. They've gotten the job done today. It's just been a couple of times where the secondary's been caught sleeping, and that's the difference in the ball game right now.
Impressed by all three of these linebackers, Stoneville, Ryans, and Stinson. They've all had their moments. But the secondary has been a little bit lacking, perhaps, and the fourth tackle for a loss for D'Amico Ryans, thanks to Mark Lopez, our statistician for that one. He and Stinson especially have wreaked havoc in the backfield for Madison, but they still trail by 15. Here's a 3rd down and 15 here for Annapolis. They'll hand it off on the left side to Scott Johnson, and he's taken down after a gain of 6 by the aforementioned Danny Stinson, and the Navigators will have to punt.
Wow, what a great play by the outside linebacker, Danny Stinson. If Johnson was able to get by him, that might have been all she wrote.
It'll bring up a 4th down and about 10. And Rand Fullman is on to punt once again for Annapolis. The Navigator offense has slowed down a little bit, but a quick strike offense has helped them build out a pretty big lead. And time is ticking away for the Lynx. Fullman will wait. 5 seconds on the play clock. Now 3. Snaps it with 1. Pressure comes, and Fullman barely gets the snap away, or gets the punt away. He bombs it down to the 35-yard line. Dillevue was stopped after a very short return. Looked like number 49 there on the stop for Annapolis. Either way, short return, and Madison will start from their own 39-yard line down by 15 with 2.5 to go.
Yeah, not much secret here on their plan of attack, or at least in my mind, Tim. The Lynx need to score points, and they need to get them in a hurry.
The quickest way they've scored points is by handing it off to Ezekiel Love, but you can't imagine that that's going to work the same way. Doesn't work that often, and so Majors will pass on 1st down, looking over the middle for Twin Screw, and it's hauled in by Twin Screw. Through good coverage, he's out across the 50-yard line. On the last drive, Twin Screw back at it again with a gain of 12. Madison going no huddle here. A look out towards Love on the far sideline, and it's incomplete. And honestly, it was all for the better that he didn't even catch that one. That'll stop the clock with 2:11 to go.
Yeah, I think the only good thing that happened on that play was that they stopped the clock.
Yeah, no kidding. And it could have been a whole lot worse, that's for sure. But they do stop the clock with 2:11 to go. All teams have 3 timeouts. The clock does stop at the 2-minute warning, just like you might be used to. 15-point lead for Annapolis. Madison trailing with the ball. 2:10 left in regulation. Majors throws it over towards the near side. The pass is caught by Paul Dillevue. He's able to tap his toes down inbounds. We do need 2 feet inbounds in the SFL, and he makes the catch.
Yeah, great awareness on the sideline by Dillevue. Great job getting out of bounds to stop the clock.
A common play in this league, the quick outs. It works for a gain of 4, and of course it stops the clock. No timeout needed. 2:07, 4 opportunities for Madison to stop the clock remaining in the game, trailing by 15. Center, he's got 3 wides out to the right. Handoff to Ezekiel Love once again on 3rd down, and Annapolis stops that one. Eric Hammer trips him up, and the rest of the defense is there to stop him. 4th down and 3, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. Game 2, Week 1 of the SFL Minor League. We've got a good one. 4th down and 3 from across midfield. Madison down by 15 with the ball. What's your call here, Mike? Who do you go to?
I don't know, Tim. I think I might be looking for the big man across the middle. Phil Koss, he's been a big target. He's been effective. He's caught every pass.
I think that's a good idea. They do have a man over the middle. It's Dillevue, though. Hey, it works. And a first down on a critical situation here for Madison. They're still alive. Another gain for Deliver.
Yeah, Majors saw what I saw. The middle was wide open. Great slant.
A first down from the 30. They've got Love wide open out of the flats. He does not get out of bounds. A gain of 4. And again, Madison's going to run no huddle here. 95 seconds left in the game. They do have all 3 timeouts, down by 15. Major sets up shot from behind center. He'll launch down the right seam looking for twin screw, and it's knocked away incomplete. Jared Brody, the corner, knocks it away. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, great job by Brody. Majors is going to have to start taking chances. He threw into double coverage. Lucky that wasn't picked off.
Picked off. Jared Brody, their top corner, was on there. Looking for twin screw, who's been really, really solid here in the second half. Couldn't find him. Now 3rd down and 6 from the 26. Field goal does them no good at this point in the game. Less than 90 seconds left in regulation. 3 wide receivers out wide. They'll hand it off again to Love on 3rd down, and he stopped 2 yards short, and the Lynx immediately call a timeout.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the Lynx were thinking on that play. I would have stuck and rather have seen them try to gain the yardage through the air. They have to burn a timeout by keeping it on the ground.
Kind of inverted the system a little bit here, Mike. They often pass on 1st down and run on 3rd down, and hasn't always worked out for them. 4th down and 2, another critical play here for the Lynx, down by 15. Majors to pass on 4th down, pass over the middle. It's tipped away, knocked incomplete by Eric Hammer, the middle linebacker. He was wide open, and he smacks it into the turf with his right hand. Madison turns it over on downs.
Yeah, Hammer right in the middle of the field. Didn't really have to move. Majors trying to thread the needle, but Hammer wasn't having any of that.
For Curtis Walker, number 82 in the burgundy, but Hammer continues his stellar game, knocks it away. That may seal the deal here for Annapolis in week 1 of the SFL minor league. Navigators will take over. Madison has only 2 timeouts left, 1:21 left in regulation. The Lynx will put 7 in the box. Curtis directly under center. Late handoff for Scott Johnson. He's tripped up in the backfield again. They immediately call a timeout. Number 91, Lefty Lamont, makes the tackle for a loss of 3.
Yeah, the offensive line got pushed back into the running play. Johnson didn't have a lot of room and got taken down for a 3-yard loss.
Going to be a pretty stat line here for Scott Johnson, but he was critical on that last scoring drive here for Annapolis. They've done well to stop him other than that. 2nd down and 13, clock stopped at 1:18. Madison has just 1 timeout remaining. Another delayed handoff. They'll run right tackle to Wisconsin. He breaks free this time, gets through Michael Perko, and gets out to the 30-yard line. Great gain on 2nd down for Scott Johnson. And Madison has to use it this time.
Yeah, not only was that run effective for positive yardage, but more importantly, making Madison burn another timeout. They don't have any left.
On in 3, and as they say, Mike, this is it. Annapolis picks up the first down here. It's game over. 1:11 left in regulation time. One tailback, 2 tight ends out to the left side. They'll run it to the left side. Big hole. Scott Johnson has the first down. And Annapolis is going to go on the road and win their inaugural SFL minor league game. They keep feeding the beast, Mike, and Scott Johnson delivers in the clutch.
Yeah, Scott Johnson's the reason why the Lynx fans are headed for the doors. Start the bus, Tim.
Well, I guess they don't have a long way to go. They are playing at home, but it's still going to be a long trip back regardless. And here comes Annapolis in the victory formation. Scott Johnson delivers when he needs to. Will take his time. 30 seconds on the game clock. Curtis will take a knee, and that's it. The Navigators celebrate 4 deep touchdown passes. All of them go for 30 yards or more. C.J. Arthur goes for 2 long touchdown passes. Cameron Curtis leads his troops into Madison, and the Annapolis Navigators are going to win their inaugural SFL minor league game.
Yeah, the deep passing play, that's what did the Lynx in today. Cam Curtis and C.J. Arthur hooking up, and what a performance they put on for our fans today.
It's the ball game. Annapolis goes on the road, and they take down the Madison Lynx. The final score here in Madison, Annapolis 31, the Lynx 16. A lot of everything in this game, Mike. We got to see a bit of everything. Some turnovers, 1 penalty. Fortunately, a lot of quick strike offense. and a really good game overall in Game 2 of the SFLm.
Yeah, of course, Ben Jackson and his coaching staff, E.J. Minson and James Troll, came in with the plan. They executed it perfectly. Certainly Cam Curtis, in my opinion, was the player of the game. The Navigators are happy. They're off to a 1-0 start. They'll be taking the field happy to come away with this road victory.
Offense for Annapolis, definitely the stars of the show. Here's a good run for Scott Johnson, his best of the game. He finishes with 81 total rushing yards, adds 19 through the air for exactly 100 total yards of offense. That is some math that even I can do. But the rest of the offense, definitely the stars of the show here today. Mike Cameron Curtis and the link up with C.J. Arthur. We expected him to be the number one receiver in this league, and he looked today.
Yeah, he's on top of his game. He looks mid-season form, and I think as the season progresses, you're going to see a lot more people calling out Curtis to C.J. Arthur, touchdown. But on the other side of the ball, Tim, I think the Lynx have quite a bit to be happy about. It wasn't the result that they were looking for, but Ezekiel Love also had a very nice run.
I was about to say, there is that long touchdown run. It went for, 58 yards. He finishes with 111 rushing yards. It's an average of better than 6 yards per carry. That is excellent for any running back, and he shakes off a slow start and ends up having a good game. There's a look at Mike Twinsbrew, one of his 6 catches of the game. He had a really nice performance, but not really enough. Madison dug themselves too big of a hole because of all those quick strike passes for long touchdowns for Annapolis, and now here's a look at our player of the game. I think it's going to come down to one of two players, and there you go. Points to you, Mike and Proto. You win. You predicted it correctly. Cameron Curtis is the player of the game here in Game 1.
Yeah, great job by Curtis. 12 for 18, 285 yards and 4 touchdowns. That'll get the W every single time.
Annapolis goes on the road and takes down Madison 31-16. The final. Don't go anywhere. We've got 2 more games coming your way this afternoon. Thanks so much for listening. For our statistician for Mark Lopez, for Commissioner Cameron Irvine, and for my partner Mike Improda, thanks so much for joining us. Mike, any final thoughts here for after Game 1?
My last thoughts are, thank you for allowing the SFL into your living rooms. Now allow the SFL into your dreams.
Mark Lopez and Mike Improda, Cameron Irvine, I've been Tim Hackett. Thanks so much for joining us, wherever you've been joining us from. We'll see you next time. Until then, so long.